All right, welcome back to today's episode of Is It Prophecy here on Israel National Radio, Root Sheva, and the show is syndicated as the Messiah Hour on YouTube. Go into YouTube and type in Messiah Hour with Ari Lewis and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is free to do so. And, of course, you can email me, messiahhour@gmail.com. Feel free to check me out on JApp. That's a Jewish application that has shirim as well as episodes of this program. You can download JApp from iTunes or Google Play stores or from the website www.j-app.me. Coming up in this part of the program are more interviews with friends and family of the four Kedoshim who were murdered in France a few weeks ago on Friday in a kosher supermarket just a few hours before Shabbat. So let's go to Shira Nussdorf.
I'm here with Aliyah Sasson at the Levaya of the four French tzaddikim that were killed last week. Aliyah, what made you come here today?
We came here because we are one people, one Am Echad, and it was very important for us to show some support to the family, together to give a last honor for them, because they are just innocent people who were killed, and it was obvious for us to come.
What was your first reaction when you heard what was going on at Charlie Hebdo, and then later on in the week when you saw the hostage situation at the kosher supermarket?
We were all very shocked. I'm from Paris, from 10 minutes walking from this grocery store. This is where my mom is doing her groceries for Shabbat, and I cannot stop thinking that it could have been her there. I want to scream, but there is no sound going out of my mouth, and just my heart is saying once again, till ad matai, till when we are going to stay in this situation. And even if calling for Aliyah to come to Israel, we still want French people to come by choice, not by fear or because they have to do it. And I hope personally that the French government is going to do really something strong, and not just like putting some soldiers at the entrance of Jewish school, synagogues. It's not normal just to have this reaction now. It's been years that we have a huge problem in France, but they are like ostrich, putting their head in the ground, and now they don't have any choice than to respond and to do something very strong, but some words in the wind. And we are waiting for much more now.
I've been speaking with French people all week, and every single person that I spoke to has this feeling of, that's nice that you say that, but what are you going to do? And yet they did put guards in front of French Jewish schools and French Jewish buildings.
This is not normal. This is not a normal reaction. It is a political reaction because they have to do something to show that they are not inactive, that they are taking decision and actions. But the army in French synagogue and Jewish school, this is not normal. This is not what should be. This is just sad. I'm very sad for my country. Very, very sad.
And what do you think they could do to actually be helpful?
I don't know. They need to face the real problem in France, which is radical Islam, and not putting some words to hide themselves, the reality and the truth. And once they will react and facing the real problem, they knew that these people from Syria, they did jihad, from Iraq, these people were on some list. They knew them, but they did nothing. The French secret services are very good for helping other countries, but not its own country. And there is, for me, a big, huge failure in these services.
What about the media? Do you feel, as a French person, that Israel is properly portrayed in French media?
There is a big problem with the French media towards Israel, and saying that it is an apartheid country. We are not perfect. Israel is not a perfect country, but at least it's taking care of its people. And we have an army taking care of us. We have a government acting in our own interests. So what is saying media, we are a little bit disgusted here because it's always one part showing. They will not support us.
CNN outside of the kosher supermarket stated that we don't know if it's an anti-Semitic attack because it's not a Jewish neighborhood, and it could be that Muslim people shop at this place for halal. Do you have any comments? Because you said it's 10 minutes away from your mother's house.
Yeah, this for me it's just a big joke. It's not new from CNN coverage, and saying that we don't know if it is a kosher or a halal supermarket. The name of the supermarket is Hyper Kasher. So just kidding. For me, it doesn't work to speak about it. And you never saw any halal supermarket targeted. It's always been, unfortunately, Jewish community targeted. So tell me if there is any halal supermarket targeted. I will be very sad. As sad that it is Jewish, but it is not. It was the Jewish one.
And your experience, you've been to that supermarket yourself?
Of course. It's 10 minutes walking from my place. It could have been my mom.
And who are the majority of people that shop in that supermarket on Friday afternoons?
It can be like non-religious people, but the majority is people preparing Shabbat, or just, okay, I heard that there was one of the dead people. It just came when you have the curtain, the iron curtain getting down, and he wanted just to buy a challah, a bread for Shabbat. And the terrorists let him enter and just shot him down at the same moment. It was just 2 seconds. He just wanted to make his family happy and to be an observant Jewish, like me, like everybody here. It's not a question of how you observe and how you practice Judaism. You just wanted to have something kosher in your place. It could have been any kosher place. It has been this one. And there is a huge community in this area of Paris. It could have been anyone.
From what your mother said, did people come and support the Jewish community the way they did support Charlie Hebdo?
My mom was at the the demonstration on Sunday, and she was very, very disappointed to see that, yes, there has been a very big amount of people in the streets. My mom was saying, okay, we are Shari, but we are also Jewish. And people answering her, no, we are just French, we are not Jewish. Yes, we are Shari, but to be connected to the part Jewish, this is something that they doesn't want. Okay, I'm still French in my heart, and we belong to this country. We love its values, its culture, but government and the economy, of course, wants us. But we feel like the French citizen doesn't want Jewish anymore, or at least a growing part of the community, the French people, the French citizens doesn't want us anymore. It's not, you cannot hide, you cannot ignore that at the end it was not just French people. There has been 4 Jewish people dead. It's not the same. So why it's so different?
Thank you. May all the people of Zion comfort you in this dark time.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to Is It Prophecy on Israel National News Radio. The show is syndicated as the Messiah Hour on YouTube. You can send us an email at messiahhour@gmail.com.
I'm with Benjamin, who's Israeli and French. Benjamin, you were here for the speakers. Did anybody say something that really touched your heart?
The president, Ruby Rivlin, had very special words remembering the members of the community that have been killed in an anti-Semitic attack. And I truly believe about what he said about the Jewish people living their Judaism in whatever part of the world they are living in. It's very hard for us to hear about these kind of criminal actions, terrorism and anti-Semitic movement and actions and attacks against members of our community, people that I've been knowing, people that I've been living with from 12 years ago, before Medalia, are now buried in Jerusalem in a cemetery. That's sad, that's disgusting, that's revolting. I have no words.
Were you here over the summer during the war?
I was here during the summer. I was called as in the army. I was part of the last 3 wars in Israel, and it makes me very proud as a Jewish person to finally be able to defend my people in my country, in my land, where I see and when I see that in France, my first country, when I've grown, that Jewish are not safe anymore, I feel very proud that I can here now in Israel defend my people and my country.
What makes you risk your life for the Jewish people?
We are one people. The first guy who truly and very well defined the people of Israel was the first anti-Semitic well written in the Bible, was a man in Megillat Esther, and he said that Yeshno Am Echad Mefuzar uMeforad Ben Kol Ha'amim. He said there's one people and he's spread and dispatched in all over the countries, and that's what we are. We are one and unique and a special people, and we are all over the world, because that's what the history made us, and we are beyond the borders and the limits. We are all united and all connected. That's what we are, that's what we do, and that's what we will do.
Do you think there will be an increase of French people making Aliyah? And if so, do you think that we're prepared to handle them?
There will be an increase of Aliyah and people who will move from France even to other countries. Because as the President of Israel, Rubi Rivlin, said, the state of Israel is not a shelter, it's a place that we seek to be in, that we are taking ourselves by deep concern and move to. That is not a place that we just hide from other people or enemies or anti-Semitic attacks. That's a place that we should be and belong. At the moment, we do understand, and that's very individual. At the moment, every person understand that that's a place he should live in. Then step forward and make the big step and get into the plane and to establish here in Israel.
You talk about one nation. The people that attended this Levaya, could you describe the demographics? Men, women, ages, religious, not religious?
There was a lot of people from every corner, every side. Men, women, religious, non-religious, just traditionalist people, American, French, Israelis, a very wide range of identities are here, as I said, because the identity of the Am Israel, there's a big variety of faces that we can see here. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. May all of Zion comfort you during this time of need.
Shira Nussdorf ממעמקים קראתיך אדוני אדוני שמע בקולי תהיינה אוזניך קשבות לכל תחנוני מעוונות תשמורי אדוני מי יעמוד עמך סליחה למען תברא קיוויתי אדוני קיוותה נפשי ולדברו חלתי נפשי לאדוני משומרים לבוקר. La famille de Philippe Braham, s'il vous plaît, approchez-vous là, à côté de tombe. רבותיי, מי שלא שייך למשפחות, אנא תתרחקו, נגמור את הלוויות ותוכלו לבוא. אני מאוד מבקש. זה חסד אמיתי, תתרחקו. אי אפשר ככה, יש 3 לוויות עכשיו.
My uncle, he was really, really quiet, and there is now, he has a really problem.
He had a lot of problems.
Yes, his son is...
Right, so I heard that he had a 2-year-old son that died 4 years ago. Is that right?
Yes, 3 years ago.
So 3 years ago,
yes,
he had a son that died. How did he get through that time? How did his wife get through that time?
He was sick, really sick. 10.
So for 10 months, the boy was very, very sick.
He lost his...
and he lost his eyesight.
Yes.
And the boy was how old? 2 years old? So he had a 2-year-old boy that was sick for 10 months,
yes,
who lost his eyesight.
Yes, but,
and the whole time during the sick, all the time.
Yes, all the time. I don't see him crying.
And you never saw him crying.
Scream.
So Philippe was never crying when his son was in that pain, because he had so much emunah in Hashem that for whatever reason the boy was sick, that it was ultimately for the good. Hakol tov.
Okay. And his wife gives us emunah. Them don't worry, yes. There is a God. He knows the truth, he knows what he does.
And now during this time, when yet again she's lost a family member, is she still strong and telling people that there is a God and they should believe that everything, Gamzu Latova, everything is for the best, even now?
Yes, she's strong. When she speaks with the ceremony, she was, wow, wow. Oh, she done that.
If it was you feel you couldn't be so strong, and you look at your aunt and you say, how could she be so strong during this time?
Yes.
And now I heard from your sister that even at the Levaya, she was saying, now at least my son will have his father with him in Shemayim. Did she say something like this?
Yes, she said that. Is consolation for her husband with serve.
And I see now we're in this room that your family is doing the Shiva calls. And there are a lot of people here. There's about maybe 60 people, I would say, in the room now. It's 8:30 at night, and there's still so many people here. Have you been visited by many people over the days?
It's really, really impressionant. The Am Israel special during the Shiva,
there were so many people that came to visit you during the Shiva.
But לפעמים זה לא היה אנשים שמכירים, שאנחנו מכירים. I don't know who they are.
And so there's so many people that came to support you, and you don't know them, they're not your friends, they're not your families. And how does it make you feel when you see Am Yisrael supporting you in this way here in Jerusalem?
Am Yisrael is special, באמת. It's hot to the heart. I think that Valerie, the wife of Philip, she said that she crying, but she knows that everybody crying with her. That is a really, really good consolation for her.
So what Valerie, Philip's wife, said was that she's crying, but the fact that all of Am Yisrael is crying also is consolation to her that she's not alone.
And they in Paris, at Paris, they are really afraid. Now, the soldiers, the army, they are run to the synagogue, to the school.
Wow.
It's really, really afraid.
Did the people in the government of France, the president, did they call your family and speak to your family?
Yes, the prime minister to come to my family and to say that I am sorry. It's not...
Do you think that as a result of this, the government policies will change, or beyond the week of the Shiva, the president or the politicians there will do something in the future to protect Jews? Or do you think they're doing this now only for your family, and then when it gets quiet, it will go back to the way it was before?
I am not the prophetess, but every time that there are events like this, they are a protection,
but after...
Yes, at the army, my uncle said to Francois Hollande that now what is happening, it's like my grandparents are to Algeria.
Right, so you were saying that your family moved to Paris from Algiers because there was anti-Semitism, and that was the grandparents' generation had to move from Algeria because there was so much anti-Semitism, and they moved to France because they thought it was safer and that there would be a Jewish community that could live as Jews. And when I look at you, when I look at your family, I see that you are clearly observant Jews. You are dressed tzniut. Your uncle has a kippah on his head. All the family that I see looks of Jewish appearance, and that your family only went to France 1 or 2 generations ago to live in peace.
But now that the more grandparents,
it reminds you of the time of your grandparents' time.
We need to move to Israel because they are afraid.
And you're saying that you thought that it would be safe for Jews in France, and now you see even in a Western country as progressive as France, it's not safe. And so now you're talking about that the Jews of France need to move to Israel.
Yes, exactly.
But here in Israel, we also have terrorism. We just finished the summer of the war. Do you think even with the Islamist fundamentalists that are here, it's safe for Jews?
Even here, there is a attempt murder. Yes, but more Kedusha, and there are army.
So here you're saying, even though there are threats of terrorism all the time, there's so much Kedusha in the land that you feel a sense of protection from Hashem, and because it's a Jewish state, you feel that the army is really here to protect you, not that they're going to the synagogues or the schools a week or two just to show, but that the army here is for the protection of the Jewish people.
Yes, but I really think that the only solution is the Mashiach.
One of the most painful things was that this happened right before Shabbat. What was that Shabbat like for you and your family? Did you still keep Shabbat even through your pain when people were calling you or hospital or?
Of course, yes, but it's not really good memories before the Shabbat.
Do you think this will affect your Shabbat? Like now when Shabbat comes, you won't be as excited because you have these memories of Shabbat?
That's what my uncle wants, and a contrary, he loves the Shabbat, and because of that.
What was your uncle's, did he have a Shabbat song or things on Shabbat he loved to do the most? Do you remember what Shabbat was like with him? הוא אוהב בשבת, הוא אוהב בזמרת או...
He loves to do the Chazan.
He loves to hear the singing of the Chazan.
The good Chazan, Tfilat Torah.
Wow. He loved to hear the Tfilat Torah.
השירה כשירת משה, שיר אלוהי נשם, אז ישיר משה את דברי השירה,